unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Couple minutes not a score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable.
Good evening and welcome to Saturday night at the British Basketball League, where we have a matchup of two teams in the thick of the playoff battle. Locked on 11 wins apiece, Bristol Flyers host the Surrey Scorchers. Surrey came into Bristol's house just 3 weeks ago and stole a victory. No doubt tonight, Bristol will be looking to avenge that loss. In commentary for this one is myself, Tahir Hadja, and joining me is Azania Stewart. Welcome to the SGS Arena for the Bristol Flyers taking on the Surrey Scorchers in the British Basketball League Championship. Tip-off is just around the corner. My name is Tahir Hadja. I'm joined alongside Azania Stewart. I promise you I've changed my shirt and my jacket since we last did that link on Thursday. We're getting ready for this game. Look, the Bristol Flyers are 0-3 against the Surrey Scorchers, and they could get swept tonight. Do you think that's going to be the case, Azania?
Well, it's really difficult to beat a team 4 times. And I would say, maybe Bristol could get this one at home, but I've just seen Ollison is inactive tonight.
Well, that will mean scoring challenges, but let's find out how these teams will line up, starting with the Bristol Flyers. And their starting 5 tonight. Levi Bradley will step into the starting 5 alongside Trajan Jacob at number 3. At number 1, the point guard to Jean Lucas. Number 9, Keely Johnson. And the double-double machine, number 55, Brad Green. Short bench once again for the Bristol Flyers. For the Surrey Scorchers this evening, their starting 5 will be as follows. Justin Robinson will line up against, or alongside, should I say it, Josh Steele, Shaquan Jameson, Padilla Wang, the All-Star select, and wearing 0, Abdul Muhammad. And as you can see, a very full bench for the Surrey Scorchers this evening. Well, let's take a look at some individual talent. It's Green with an E for efficient, the double-double machine, the All-Star select, Brad Green.
He is for sure. 12 points and 10 rebounds. Those are his season stats. And you're right, he's just so efficient, but he works hard. You know exactly what you're going to get from him.
Another All-Star player in the mix, Padilla Wang from the Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, we've gone with his 3 games versus Bristol. Look at that, 17 points per game, the 5 rebounds and the 6 assists. He knows how to get it done. He's going to need to play like that tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing these players show out. And those coaches having a conversation between themselves. What do you reckon Lloyd's saying? I'm going to sweep you tonight, Andreas. I don't think he likes it when he's saying that. Tight-lipped, shoulder shrugging. Let's see how this one will play out. Tip-off is just around the corner. It's time for a quick break. Welcome to the SGS Arena for British Basketball League Championship action. There are your referees, David Griffin, Jean-Paul Heron and Harvey West. Welcome to our viewers on Fubo, live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, Twitch and on TikTok. We're getting ready for this matchup between 7th and 8th place in the league. Bristol Flyers 7th with an 11-15 record. The Surrey Scorchers sitting in 8th with 11-16 record. They could catch up in the standings and make that a really close affair heading into the run to the O2 Arena. Playoff basketball is just around the corner and everybody will be fighting for their best seedings. I'm joined alongside Azania Stewart for this one. My name is Tahir Adra. We're looking forward to bringing this game to you. Well, Azania, as I mentioned earlier on in the warm-up, 0-3 Surrey Scorchers. Bristol Flyers only played 2 back-to-backs in that time. What do you think the outcome will be today, especially without Tevin Ollison?
Well, I'm really worried about Bristol, especially because their bench is so small, and you know they have been struggling in many different factors. But the thing is, can they defend Surrey? They love to get out in the break. You've got to control Wang, and then obviously Robinson, who is the floor general, and get them all in place. And also Jameson. You know, I can't wait for this Jameson-Brad Green matchup, as they're, you know, just as strong as each other, love to rebound and put back, so I'll be watching that.
For sure, 2 of the best rebounders in the league, and of course...
Oh, Brad Green's 4 rebounds away from getting 100 on
That's
offensive
indeed
end.
the stat right
there. So we'll look out for that. I'll be counting.
Well, listen, it could come tonight. It should come
I
tonight.
think so, if he's a double-double machine.
Yeah, I should hope so. As we're ready to get the action underway, Jameson, Brad Green go up for the tip, and Justin Robinson, the former British Basketball League 2-time MVP, will start the action. Here is Wang. Back out to Wang. The corner, Mohammed for 3, and they open up the scoring with the only way Surrey seem to know how, a three-point shot.
Yeah. And the thing is that they closed the defense, they closed the gate on Wang, and that's why Mohammed was wide open in the corner.
Back to basket now. There's that matchup we were talking about. Green versus Jameson. And Green gets the better of him this time.
Patience by Green, really took his time, and that's what I love. Nobody rushes Brad Green. What did you say? Green with the E for efficiency? I love that line.
Yes, Green for an E for efficiency. I did that without looking at his stats. I could well truly be wrong, but here's an interception here for the Bristol Flyers. They're second in the league for steals this season behind the Cheshire Phoenix. Trajan Jacob, one of the streaky players for the Bristol Flyers. Some games he can really go at it, and others he can be quiet as a mouse.
Well, he needs to be, you know, aggressive.
Wow, Jameson firing up a 3.
Yes, I like him, but this is where he needs to be great, especially with Ollison out of the game.
Bradley. Trying to find Bradley, and Keely Johnson does eventually get the post entry pass in. Bradley double team, left hand, good for 2.
That's that. I think he should have gone on the first fake. He got Mohammed up in the air, get to the rim. So good job from Bristol so far, really establishing their post game and down low.
Robinson out to the corner, Josh Steele ready and waiting. Click, click, boom, another triple for Surrey.
You know, they love to take the 3-point shot, and they're really driving and kicking. They're doing a wonderful job, but Bristol needs to know they like to shoot the 3.
Rebound here on the defensive end for the Scorchers. Mohammed across Justin Robinson for another 3, and that is a trio of triples for the Surrey Scorchers. 3 for 4 to start the game. I don't think they've gone to the basket once.
Nope, and they're just letting it rain, and why not? And it's all been on this same corner.
Foul is called here off the ball between Josh Steele and Keely Johnson. It will be called on Josh Steele for a hold. Just had his arm wrapped around Johnson there. End-line possession. Lucas ready to inbound. Here is one of those triples.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? The defense are getting sucked in, and then they can kick it out. Good decision. They've had back-to-back, actually 3 times, the same offense, the same result.
Wow.
Pick and roll here.
That's Rost, here comes Jacob, left hand for two. Bristol like to get out and running off steals.
Flying to the rim.
Last game between these two teams. The Surrey Scorchers 51% from behind the arc, 17 triples in that game. They've already got 3 on the board. Here's Wang. Hard step back there. Passes up the shot to find Josh Steele going to the bucket.
Foul.
The foul is called here, end line possession. He was going up for the shot. I'm just wondering if the foul was called off the ball. Decision on Lucas. Called for that foul.
Just going back to their 3 games, they've been really close margins. You know, the first time when they played in November 11th, 5-point game, second time 9 points, and then the last one, February 11th, not that long ago, 13.
Jameson, this is that one. Jameson, offensive rebound. Steele to the left hand for 2. Jameson. Well, if you lead point inside paint presence and getting points inside the paint, it's Shaquan Jameson's your man.
Those two, Jameson and Green, fantastic on both ends of the rebounding game, really.
Great hands there from Jameson. He deflects, then intercepts the pass. He's running the floor here, and Wang thought he had a little bit more pace than that. Johnson. Jacob offensive board. Great block from Wang. Johnson inside, just had eyes on Wang there as he leaps into the air and draws the contact.
Yeah, really good job by Bristol. And this is where they're really good and wonderful at. They send multiple bodies to the offensive glass and they crash. Usually, you know, it's the post players that are rebounded, but no, their guards come in, slash, nobody boxes them out. They get 3 offensive rebounds here. Here's the first, and they just keep going. And just a wonderful job. 2 offensive rebounds. And that's really effective if they want to keep chipping away at this lead. That's what they need to do.
Joshua makes the first of those 2. Of course, you know, an ever-changing roster for the Bristol Flyers based on their injuries. Keedy Johnson has only played 2, or should I say 1 out of the 3 previous games in this one. He had 15 points and 2 rebounds and 3 assists in his last outing against the Surrey Scorchers when they lost at home.
It's been really unfortunate for Bristol, kind of up and down, especially injuries.
Green getting the block of Shaquan Jameson.
Good job, Green. Stood his ground.
Lucas. Beautiful bounce pass to find Brad Green. Right-handed skyhook.
Told you, nobody rushes Brad Green. He takes his time, catches, and finishes. Love his style. It's, you know, you could call it like a Gabe Olasheni. Just efficient, not flashy, but gets the job done.
And a steal now for Lucas. 1-on-1 with Lawrence here. And he gets the finish. That was great defense from Lawrence, but Lucas staying composed, not too irrational in his decision-making, just got the ball in a good position to score. Wow. Jameson, 2-handed jam.
Perfect pass, put that right on a plate for Jameson. Yet again, drew 2 defenders. Perfect pass and lovely dunk.
Well, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back with you very shortly. Surrey Scorchers are in the lead. Shaquan Jameson. Nice early highlight reel for the Surrey Scorchers. Trailing the play.
That's what's been so successful for Surrey. Bristol seem to be doubling and really trapping at times and then just leaving wide open players, and maybe just stick some one-to-one, man-to-man defense for this next 4 minutes. Don't get sucked into the ball.
Nice 2-1-2 zone here from the Surrey Scorchers. Green sets the pick up top. In the corner is Landolfi, so they break the zone but can't get a bucket to go. And a potential fourth rebound as Johnson and Abdul Mohammed just getting into it a little bit early doors.
Yeah.
In the playoff, you know, we saw it in Leicester Riders Chelsea yesterday. Everybody's ready to fight in every game this year.
Well, you know, everyone wants to win, and I like the mindset, but also I do like Jameson just coming in there and, you know, getting in between that and breaking that up.
Well, a held ball was called, and it will go in favour of the Bristol Flyers as the Scorchers won the tip in the game. Next time that happens, if it's in this quarter, the Surrey Scorchers will have it, or they'll just take the ball at the beginning of the second. Here is Bradley. Intercepted now for the Scorchers. A turnover for Bristol, and this man, he likes to shoot threes, but he's got to get a little warm yet.
Yeah, but still, a nice breakaway layup. But for me, a wide open shooter like that, I just felt like Bristol's scouting and defense is just not on point. How could Cooper have a wide open look at the three? He's not going to miss many of those.
Lawrence now the double team once again. Jameson to the right hand. This time doesn't capitalize it, but once again, as you said, Azania, drawing in defenders. Now downhill. Oh, and that's wonderful from Lucas.
Tough finish.
Mohammed straight away. Jameson now from the free throw line. Mohammed, he comes up with the rebound.
Really good job by Mohammed.
Inside the lane to Lawrence. No finish there. Johnson down low. Travel violation. Well, if you could see the camera of me and Z, just look at each other then, just to make sure the referee made the right call there. Substitution. Brad Green heads to the bench.
Good start and good minutes from Brad Green. Here it is, thank you. Let's look. He picks up.
I think it was just a slight shuffle of his pivot foot before he put the ball on the floor. I think the timing of which he put the ball on the floor and picked his foot up was correct, but the shuffle warrants the travel. Here's Cooper curling off the screen from Jameson with the offensive foul called this time. Lloyd Garner
He's thrown his water bottle and said,
not happy about it.
He's got a warning.
Yeah, a warning from David Griffin there.
He's dumbfounded. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. He's not quite sure what to think about this, Lloyd Garner. As Bristol Flyers get the action back underway. Catch and shoot, you already know. Jacob's going to fire that one up. Cooper with the rebound. Here's Lawrence. Behind the back from Lawrence. Beautiful bounce pass. Almost finds its target. Substitution checking in for the Surrey Scorchers. Josh Steele stepping in. Padilla Wang heading to the bench. Lawrence ready to inbound. Straight in and straight up with a three. Cooper, offensive glass.
Surrey just not executing that. They're going to get the steal.
Execution from Lawrence is correct this time.
Well done from Lawrence. Just sniffed that pass out, didn't he?
Vaughan's action, the handoff from Bradley to Lucas. Bradley now one-on-one with Jameson, kicks it out Landolfi. Calling for the screen now, Lucas. Bradley rolls off it, but Jacob open on the opposite side to drill the three.
High arcing shot when his feet are set. Not many of those he misses.
Lawrence trying to look back door again. Bailey sneaking through the back door. His pass was intercepted. Lawrence, Raf Thomas Edwards just stopped, hesitated, ready to go again, and Bailey will be called for the blocking foul.
Thomas Edwards on the other end. Good job reading that pass.
It's the first triple of the game for Bristol. Jacob has got to put the points up today without Ollison.
Yeah, and when he shoots in rhythm, that's the best for him. I don't like it when he just comes down in transition. There's sometimes you can do that, but that's where he's really effective.
Raf Thomas Edwards. Samuels has checked into the game for the first time. And there is Jacob again, launching it. Rebound for Bailey. Cam Gooden has also checked in for the Surrey Scorchers. Fouled. Now he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Brad Green not happy with that one.
Bristol Flyers huddle, just to talk it over real quick.
Here it is. It's because Brad Green's hands are down. That's what the referee have called. If he had just kept those arms up and blocked him at the top.
Well, Cam Good has only actually played 2 minutes total in all of the 3 games that these two teams have faced. Not quite sure. I think that's, I believe, in the last game when they played, and he's coming back off of injury, Cam Gooden. He got those couple of minutes.
Oh, and also Wang was playing fantastic probably in those 3 games, so obviously 17 points. So maybe that's probably why.
Gooden goes 2 for 2. 1:38 on the clock. 1-point ball game. Green. Raf Thomas Edwards flashes into the paint. He gets it. Now trying to go back to basket to the right hand. Green is there to tip it in.
Another rebound from Green. Need to keep an eye on his rebounds. He has 1 offense and 1 defense. So he's 3 away from 100 now.
Josh Steele. Rebound for Raf Thomas Edwards this time. You're keeping an eye on that start.
I am.
Here's another board for Green to the left hand. Foul is called. He's going to shoot 2. He could have had another rebound there.
That's
The
2.
referee didn't blow his whistle.
That's 2 rebounds. Had any stats?
Had in the stats. I don't think he got the second one. Jacob goes up here. There's the 1 board. Then he's fouled. Oh no, there's the 2 board. You're right, Z.
Yeah.
2 boards.
But that's yeah, offense. Make it 1 more to go.
1 more to go till he gets to 100. Right, Green makes his first free throw this season. 51% from the free throw line, and that's evident as he misses the second. It goes out of bounds, and Surrey get possession on the sideline. 46.8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Live also on Fubo. Big shout out to our viewers on TikTok and on Twitch. Here's Steele. Trying to get the handoff action going. The ball was almost intercepted. Bailey, catch and shoot for 3, and he gets it. The friendly bounce, the friendly roll.
It did look good from this angle. Just check the stats. Here they only gave him 1 rebound, offensive rebound for that. So he needs 2 more.
Sneaky, sneaky statisticians. Johnson, clock winding down, Green! Beautiful pass from Johnson, Green wide open for 2. And that's the end of the first quarter. 23-20 is the score. Flyers with the advantage at the beginning of this one. Straight after the break, the second quarter is coming up. Brad Green starting the game well, leading scorer with 9 points, 4 boards early on in this one, Z.
And that means he only needs 1 offensive rebound to get his 100th rebound stat line for this season. That's incredible. So efficient. That's what we need to just call him at the All-Star game, right?
Mr. Efficient.
Because there's so many greens in this
Yeah, that's what sets him apart.
Yes.
Is he the only green with an
with an
E?
E. Yes, he is. I think there's 5 greens.
Greens. Eat your greens. 5 of them a day. Here is Justin Robinson. Ball movement now into the hands of Gooden. Obukwelu into the game just before the end of the first quarter as Robinson fires up the 3 and a foul is called just in the back. A push. I believe that'll be called on Raf Thomas Edwards. Oh no, number 4. Corey Samuels called for the foul. Puts his hand up, apologising and acknowledging. Obukwelu hands it into the hands of Gooden. Robinson. Clock winding down. Gooden for 3. Rebound from Raf Thomas Edwards.
Really good rebound from Thomas Edwards.
Green inside. Oh, and almost.
Come on, Green. You need 1 more rebound.
Well, no, you're waiting for it, but it didn't come. The tip there. Raf Thomas Edwards got up there, tried to put it back in. In fact, they'll give it, I believe. As the 3 comes in, Obukwelu from downtown for the Surrey Scorchers. If you're wondering what Azane is doing, she's refreshing the stat sheet. Here's Jacob. Samuels. Thomas Edwards down to Green on the block.
Yes, I think you go into him doubled.
Foul is called, 2 shots to come.
That's great offense right now from Bristol. Why not go into the hot hand? Brad Green, muscle machine, and they have to double him to stop him. So he'll go to the line for 2.
Chance to add to his tally. Backing down, Obukwelu.
And he's got his 4th offense back.
Well, there you
Excuse
have
me,
it
his
then.
offensive rebound.
Yeah,
Yay.
so there it is. There's the stat for you. 100 offensive rebounds
Correct.
this season for Brad Green. His debut season in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, and he's at 264 total.
That's right. He's got 36 remaining until he gets his 300th board of the game
Quick
today.
maths,
Yeah,
good job. Yes.
Here's Gooden. Well, he's keeping his 50% rating from the free throw line as he misses another, and Gooden has turned the ball over here for the Surrey Scorchers. 8:22 on the clock here in the second. Johnson, screen from Green, skipped across, a turnover now from the Bristol Flyers.
And both teams really a bit sloppy in their execution. Need to tighten it up a bit. There it is. Thank you. I'm guessing that's my girl Viola. 100 offensive rebounds. Lovely.
Robinson.
That's a pretty lovely stat, to be honest. Gotta give him his flowers.
Robinson and 1 play from behind the arc. A man who needs no flowers because he's got a flourish full of them is Justin Robinson. Big time triple and the foul.
Yes, he's a bunch of roses. Look at this, sets his feet, gets bumped, and the hit, wipes him out. Go to the free throw line to make it a 4-point play.
Robinson gets it done. Only missed 2 free throws this season, Justin Robinson. I'm not quite sure what the minimum number of free throws is that you need to register in the season to actually get on the league leaders board, but he's not on the league leaders board despite missing those 2.
Who do we need to speak to?
I don't know, Dan Routledge, that's who we need to speak to. Obukwelu. Lucas making a nuisance of himself here. Wang, can he keep it alive? Yes, he can. Ball goes over halfway. Robinson, great hesitation. finds the next pass to find Lawrence,
Big.
and that's another big-time play from the Surrey Scorchers. You will hear that buzzer sound because buckets like that force timeouts.
Huge, really good drive by Robinson. And then the kick out, execution. Coach Gardner's taking off his jacket. Look at this. Look at that little hesitation, gets Brad Green out of the way. Wonderful basketball by Surrey.
Well, let's take a look at the next 4 fixtures for both of these two teams in the run-up to the O2 Arena. Well, the Surrey Scorchers, they'll take on the Sheffield Sharks, which is a winnable game as far as one's concerned. Then they take on Manchester, which is once again a winnable game. They're 2 really tough games against the Newcastle Eagles and the Caledonia Gladiators. 3 away games on the bounce and 1 game at home. And they would like this opportunity to, I could see them potentially getting 2 or 3 out of 4 there.
Yep.
And that will help them climb the standings.
Yeah, they played Manchester last game and won 89-85. So definitely could get at least that Sheffield game and Manchester and just keep pushing, because Sheffield's win on Thursday made them to 12, but there was 3 teams on 11 wins. So it's a real part in the season and in the table where it could, shift a few spots.
Surrey Scorchers have 1 game in hand on the Bristol Flyers. And this will peg Bristol back down to an 11-16 record if they lose this one. Surrey Scorchers would go 12-16, 28 games played, and that's a great block from Mohammed. But Green, another offensive board and another finish for him.
Just never gives up, right? Just so hard-nosed. And they needed that bucket. It was a little 7-0 run, flurry from Surrey. So good job by Brad Green to stop that scoring.
Robinson waits for the screen from Obukwelu. Finds him. Nice into the corner to Wang. He's stopped by Thomas Edwards, but eventually just throws it up. Had to beat the buzzer. Jacob, in and out dribble, going all the way here. Trajan Jacob. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Coach Kapoulis is saying, where are the fouls? Got slapped multiple times going down the lane.
Well, Lawrence drives this time. Nice touch pass there from Mohammed into the corner for Wang, who can't convert. Seven for 15 from behind the arc for the Surrey Scorchers. Jacob. Thomas Edwards. So I say 7 for 16 there as Brad Green knocks down another. No answer for Brad Green in this game, the Surrey Scorchers. That's 14 points personal, tied at 30 apiece.
And showing a little range, little 15 fur from Brad Green. He said, I can do it all. I can post up. And I got a nice little jumper in my pocket.
Well, a timeout called by Coach Lloyd Gardner now as things are leveled up. Let's take a look at the next 4 fixtures for the Bristol Flyers. And my oh my, they've got a tough run in here. They face Leicester at home. Then they have to travel to Ellesmere Port to take on the Cheshire Phoenix. Then back at home against the Plymouth City Patriots. No love lost between those 2 teams, the Southwest Derby. And then they go back away again to take on the Cheshire Phoenix in a back-to-back on that weekend. As you see for the Flyers in those 4 games. They're on a 4-game losing streak as well at this moment in time.
Yeah, that's a tough month of March. And like we said, how close the table is. Cheshire finally take their first L to Leicester. They had been on a 10-0 running streak from the trophy. So they're maybe a little bit wounded, but that's going to be a tough ask.
I think for a team like Cheshire, I feel like that will motivate them to want to go ahead now and
get it going again.
More wins, but you never know. It shows a chink in their armor, as you mentioned. Maybe the international window gave time for things to settle. I mean, both of these teams would have had that break as well.
Correct. And I love the international break. I used to hate it when it first came, but it's such a nice way to break up the season. Also just rest mentally and take a break from the team. Coach usually gives you a couple of days off if you've got a nice coach.
Lawrence, somehow the ball's ended up in Mohammed's hands, then Jameson had it but knocked away from him, and Lucas trying to spin away, should I say, from Justin Robinson as the foul is committed. Lucas will get the ball into play here.
Back to that zone, 2-1-2.
Green sets the screen, and Lucas knocks down the triple.
That's what the zone kind of baits you into doing.
Lawrence, quick response, immediate response.
Gosh, we're in a 3-point shootout. So the All-Star game already.
It's around the corner, March 17th. Make sure you purchase your tickets.
Do you know what I would love to see? And I might know a few people, but have the women shoot in the 3-point contest like Sabrina and Steph Curry did.
And who would you pick?
Eva Carly Samuelson.
That's a tough shout.
Yeah, from London Lions. Yeah. Versus... Well, I might have to look at my...
Here is Lucas. Samuels. Thomas Edwards is there to clean up. Lawrence. Wang. Foul called. Bradley puts his hands up this time. Well, a timeout has been called, and we're going to head to a quick break at this one. Close game, Bristol Flyers by 2, 35-33 the score. Back to the action, out of the break. Padilla Wang on the free throw line as the Surrey Scorchers trail by 2. Chance to tie things up here. And that stat line earlier on in the game, 17.6 points per game over the last 3 contests against the Bristol Flyers for the Surrey Scorchers. Padilla Wang misses the first of those 2 free throws.
Well, it's really difficult to beat a team 4 times, in fact. You know, and I think Surrey have enough, but Bristol have done a really good job here executing and also not letting that lead that Surrey came out with get out of hand, and they're up 1.
Lucas looking to find Bradley. To the left hand, yes. Levi Bradley for 2.
That's pretty to hear. Take that strong dribble into his steps and a little floating.
Wang. Sit back. Threatens to shoot the 3 and overhelped here, but recover. Andrew Lawrence catch and shoot, and he's feeling himself tonight, Andrew Lawrence.
That trigger is so quick. It's catch and it's out of his hands in split of a second. But for me, Wang with Brad Green, take that mismatch on.
Race into double digits, Andrew Lawrence here, as Surrey Scorchers have possession once again. Padilla Wang. Lawrence off the dribble this time. Skipping it across, Justin Robinson. Beautiful. Rearranging for another triple for the Surrey Scorchers. Kaboom!
And their fans love it. They've taken the trip to Bristol. Really good offense by Surrey.
Samuels. Rebound for Jameson. Well, as the season's gone on, they just know where each other are going to be.
Yeah, it is true. They're moving very well off of each other. Coach Gardner here directing his offense how he wants it.
Jameson inside, a foul called against Green here. Jameson to the line. Substitutions are being made for the Bristol Flyers and for the Surrey Scorchers. Quinn Cooper, more three-point fire.
That was pretty good patience, poise by Justin Robertson. The vet making vet moves. I love that when you do that little fake, let the defense fly by, then reset yourself.
Well, I mean, it's a nightmare guarding Surrey in from their guard positions because, as you know, their first option is to always shoot the 3, and you don't want to allow them to have uncontested 3s. So on those closeouts, especially when you're chasing down on the closeout, you know, you've got to try and slow down and try and keep your feet on the floor at the same time, or risk then jumping out and then being faked and giving them the second chance opportunity for it.
Oh, we've seen them foul Justin Robertson as well. Do you know what I mean? They're running out and they're not controlling their body and also fouling.
Then, of course, the guards playing with the defense as Thomas Edwards gets up a triple of his own. Guards play with the defense, head fake, and then just drive to the basket.
Yeah. Coach Kapoulis just gives a shrug on that three-point shot from Thomas Edwards.
The captain converting. Robinson. Mohammed for 3. Jameson, nice little tip there, does enough to secure a second chance opportunity, trying to find position inside, does just that. And Levi Bradley couldn't hold the weight of Jameson this time.
That's a strong man down there.
Lucas. Offensive foul is called here for the Bristol Flyers against Levi Bradley. Make it his second personal foul in this game with a short bench. Trying to rack up the fouls. And to be fair, it hasn't been a game with
fouls have got too crazy.
Of course. Unlike a game.
But he can't pick up a third. Yeah. Yesterday's game was wild, but he can't pick up a third before halftime. He's got to be careful.
Cooper. Robinson. Contested 3 that time is no good. Jacob, nice change of pace and direction. Can't get the finish, had plenty of time.
Needs to finish that one to him.
Inside to Mohammed.
Good job. They've been fantastic at that all night. Really getting wide open layups.
Now with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock, Surrey are up by 5. Lucas. There's the hard hench there from Jameson. Well, it's forced the turnover as he recovered into the paint. Ahead now, Cooper. Oh my goodness, the foul is called. Keedy Johnson was ready to stick the ball on the glass.
Gosh. And he's death staring the referee down. Let's have a look. We get the pleasure to see the replay. Good hustle by Wang. Great pass.
Cooper isn't one to get up, right? So I wasn't expecting a poster play. Contact looked minimal if it was there. And 59.3 on the clock, a timeout called.
That was an incredible block for me. I always like to, you know, give our referees, it's a very difficult job to have. Here we go. This might be a better angle than the last camera shot that we saw. If there's any contact. Yeah.
Yeah, there is the contact there. He catches his body into him before pinning the glass. When you're out at the park or you're playing in a scrimmage, that ain't getting called. But unfortunately, when you're playing professional basketball, the whistle will be blown. Leslie Smith there. Also out for the Bristol Flyers. It's been vital for them this season. Roel Graham Bell, another on the injury list. And we haven't seen Max Cooper this evening either.
Yeah, and Ollison, obviously another one, is out. Is Ollison even?
Yeah, I don't think he's
in
in the huddle there, no.
In the arena.
Keedy Johnson has gone to the bench because he has 3 personal fouls. We're talking about Levi Bradley not amassing that 3rd personal foul, but Johnson has. Cooper on the line. We know it's an incredible shooting form and ability. Cooper this season.
And just adds to the lead. Make it a 7-point game going under the last minute. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 for 2. 7-point lead. 50 seconds on the clock. Nice hands there from Lawrence. Foul called. Team foul trouble for the Flyers. And 2 shots to come once again for the Surrey Scorchers. Beautiful work there from Andrew Lawrence on that steal. Great IQ to just reach around and just steal it, tap it away.
And that's what he's great at. But for me, Lucas, last couple of plays on offense, just not focused, real sloppy with the ball, he's turned it over, hasn't run back on defense. Really, the last 3 possessions for them, he's turned over the ball and Surrey have punished him. And now going back to the line, putting more points. On the scoreboard, so there is a 9-point game. This is the reason Ollison out. I think this is where it's going to hurt Bristol.
Raf Thomas Edwards, 3 on the right-hand side off the front of the iron. Lucas, offensive board. Jacob just trying to keep in play inside to Green. And he finishes. That's a man who is willing to put points on the board. That's his 16th point of the game.
Good job. Just pausing in the air, changing his body and finishing.
Sorry, using the clock. They'll take the final shot of the half. Quinn Cooper for 3. And that's grabbed down. Jacob launches it. And that's off to the left. Well, at the end of the half, 42-49 is the scores on the doors. The Surrey Scorchers have the advantage. Going into the break, we'll be back with you very, very shortly with more British Basketball League action and, of course, the analysis at half-time. Welcome back. British Basketball League Championship action. The Surrey Scorchers in the lead against the Bristol Flyers in this one. My name is Ty Hadja, alongside Azania Stewart, calling the game for you. All-star caliber performance, though, for the losing team. Brad Green, he's got 16 points at this moment in time.
He does, and I think he's the only one who's really scoring consistently. And they just started to turn over the ball and just let that lead start to open up for Surrey.
Well, let's take a look at some important stats for you then at the half. I'm looking at points in the paint as a real reflection of how this game has been decided. You can't see on your screens now, but 28 points for the Bristol Flyers and only 10 points in the paint for the Surrey Scorchers, and then we could talk about the three-point shooting percentage.
And I'll give you that, 10 from 22, 45%. That's a fantastic clip at the three-point line, which has been so kind to Surrey. And then also 14 assists for Surrey. And then the rebounding game going to Bristol, and I'm guessing that's Brad Green. And the turnovers 8-6.
Well, there are the key stats for you. Let's take a look then at the story of the half. And it has been a competitive game throughout. But you'll see on the screen right now, Brad Green going to work early doors, back to basket against Jameson. Is a great matchup to watch. Josh Steele, one of the very few buckets as Saquon Jameson tips that inside the paint. But of course, it's not only inside paint points that the Scorchers get. Well, these are the only ones that we're seeing right now on the screen, because what's going to happen is you're going to see a barrage of threes come from the Surrey Scorchers, Azania.
They are, but also Lawrence with 11 points and Robinson 10 points and 6 assists. They've been doing very well, those two playing off of each other well. But they're wide open for Brad Green. But for me, if I'm Bristol and I'm going into this halftime, what do I want to work on? I need to work on my defense, because it's way too easy. They're getting sucked in. Wide open shots like this one from Lawrence. They just got to clean up and take one possession at a time and cut back into this lead.
Well, that was the moment there where Brad Green reached his 100th offensive rebound of the season. Andrew Lawrence, as Z has mentioned, has been firing up. The veteran experience of Robinson and Lawrence has really shone through.
Yeah, and they're looking for each other, which is fantastic. And obviously they've played together. There it is, multiple possessions that they've looked for each other and executed.
Well, there you have it. The story of the half between the Bristol Flyers and the Surrey Scorchers. Well, look, there was a lot of action happening this weekend, but now it's your chance to take a look at the real big game between the Leicester Riders and Cheshire Phoenix. But before that, Manchester taking on the Caledonia Gladiators.
Borsier. William Lee going backdoor, jams it. He is a guy that can get points up in a hurry. Great steal from Caledonia. It's a 2-0, and it's jammed in by all-star Clifton Moore. Here's William Lee. Thought about the mid-range too, and gets it all the way to the bucket, off the glass and in. Retained possession. Another three ball on the way for Green. He banks it in. Nice pass, and William Lee rim runs to the basket. Here's that battle of the bigs once again. Moore turnaround fadeaway jumper, splashes it.
And that right there is an example why he's in the All-Star team, right?
Bothwell. Oh, what a block from Robertin. And he sends it out of play.
He says, absolutely not in my house.
Here's Evan Walsh open on the wing. Can't get it to go that time. Offensive rebound by legend Robertin. They blow the dunk, but here comes Green the other way on the buzzer, puts it up and in. And Caledonia Gladiators, a 10-point lead for them. And Bothwell looking to push in transition. Moore spins, lefty finish.
Caledonia looking so comfortable right now.
Lee at the elbow, puts it up and in. And that's one way to break a zone defense.
Yeah, that's the best way to break his own defense, if I'm honest.
Back to Lee, fakes the three. Drives inside, nice pass to Anderson. Round the back to legend Robertin, who throws it down with two hands. Here's Bothwell, there's Jamel Anderson getting his hand to it. Bothwell has to shoot and knocks it down on the buzzer. Skip pass, Borsier for three, splashes it. Jimenez, they've left Fraser Malcolm wide open inside. Walsh looking for his options, decides to drive inside. Gets it to go and count it. Guarded by Bothwell. Lewis driving inside. Nice move. Oh, it's stripped by Lewis. Good defense, and around the back pass to William Lee with the flush.
A little bit finesse there to end the game, and again, that's what Lewis does really well, is get those little scrappy steals.
And that will do it. The Caledonia Gladiators with a big win over the Manchester Giants.
Back iron on that one. White gets the long rebound. Rye driving to the rim, and he jams it down. Thomas underneath, and 4 minutes into the game, Leicester on the board. Just stolen away by Lowell. Little slip, but he still gets the pass forward. And Shelton is able to lay it home. Cross court to Allen. Out the back door to Holmes, and he nails the three. We'll level at 37. Allen spinning into the key. Can't quite convert from close range.
That's what he has to do. Gets a smaller Rideau on him. Allen wanted the foul, and he's going to end up with a technical.
Well, he needs to... Has he got a second technical? I think he's got two. I think he's been disqualified from the game.
I think they got him for the clap behind the official.
Well, what a big blow for the Leicester Riders. Teddy Allen has been disqualified from the game. Oh, but he's stolen it right back, and he's found Skylar White, who lays it in for an and one. McKenzie comes up with the loose ball, out to Thomas for another three. Got it, his second of the half. Corner three ball, doesn't go from Jack. Rideau is able to come away with it. There's a foul, there's some little pushing and shoving. Players getting in to sort it all out. So it's an unsportsmanlike foul on Rideau as well. There's an unsportsmanlike foul on McKenzie as well. He needs to get it in, gets it into Christian, loses it off his own foot.
Oh, and they threw McKenzie. Oh,
McKenzie's done. He's been called for an unsportsmanlike, and he's going to be out of the game. Kimball McKenzie has been disqualified for a second unsportsmanlike. Cheshire with the chance to run. Here's Rideau underneath, and he lays it home. Good finish.
Tough finish from Rideau, maybe.
Stevens under pressure from Washington, able to convert. Oh! Low to the rim with a one-handed throwdown. Well, the Leicester Riders have won the game. The London Lions have won the league, and Rob Paternostro, well, he's not overly happy. I think he's felt like a few things have gone against his team.
Welcome to the SGS Arena for British Basketball League Championship action, where the Bristol Flyers are currently in the lead, or should I say losing, to the Surrey. I mean, it's important to get the score right. The Surrey Scorchers are in the lead against the Bristol Flyers. But of course, yesterday's action, you would have seen the Leicester Riders take on the Cheshire Phoenix. That win for the Leicester Riders meant that the London Lions have been crowned the league title champions. Z, I mean, they've played the most games in the league, 27-3 record. So early on in the season, it's not over yet.
No, it's not, and especially if you're playing for seedings, right? But congratulations to London Lions. I felt like they've been solid throughout the season, but I think it's going to be tough, making sure you don't want to be 8th in the table. You don't want to match up with London Lions going in to the playoffs. So I think it's really this last couple of weeks and going down into the playoffs is that last push. You want to finish as best as you can in the table.
Well, look, the playoffs works as follows. It's a best-of-3 series in the run-up to the O2 Arena. But when you get to the O2 Arena, the final is just one and done. So if you are the London Lions, then essentially you will be hoping to, or say if you're not the London Lions, you'll be hoping to defeat whoever you need to in the road to the playoffs and then play the London Lions at the final hurdle, where in one game, 40 minutes, anything can happen. And especially under the bright lights of the O2 Arena, the great spectacle of the playoff championship final. You've been there before, Z. How does it feel to play there?
Oh, I love it. I finished my career there last May, and it's just a lovely, they do a great job. Fire and smoke and dancers come out, so it's a wonderful way to finish the season. But Bristol down 7, and right now I think this third quarter is going to be important for them, making sure that they execute and get something easy going to the rim.
Welcome to all our viewers watching on Fubo, live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, TikTok and on Twitch. The Surrey Scorchers in the lead, 49-42, and could sweep the Bristol Flyers today if they take victory.
Yes, they do play each other 4 times in the regular season, 2 at home and 2 away. This will be the 4th time Surrey winning all of those 3 first games.
Flyers up a triple. Sorry, Scorchers. If you haven't watched them before, that is their style of play. And the ball up from behind the arc. And they are super effective for it. Shot clock winds down.
Bang.
Robinson.
Right on time. Stops on a dime. Knew exactly how much time was on the clock and executes that play. That's a vet move right there to hit.
Well, here come the Flyers on the attack as Johnson fires that one up, in and out. Offensive rebound for Brad Green. He just keeps on pulling down the boards, and nice hands from Wang. Here goes Padilla Wang all the way to the rim now. No call on that play. As the ball goes to the left-hand side of the floor. Lucas stripped away by Wang again. Surrey out and running. Foul will be called. Mohammed, just a little change of body language when the contact was made.
And Jacob's upset, saying that's what you're going to call, referee. But really good job on the defensive end for Surrey. There's a little slap down. Bristol are making great moves, getting to the basket, but then Wang is just coming in at that last minute and stripping the ball out.
They'll be featuring at the All-Star Game March 17th in London. Purchase your tickets now, BritishBasketballLeague.com.
I'll be there, you'll be there as well, won't we?
We will both be there. In what capacity? I know not yet.
I'm on the sidelines.
Hyping it up. I'm sure we'll both be ensuring the fans have a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. 17th of March.
It's the first one in a long time, and Jacob fires up the 3 there. You know what? I really hope that the players bring their A game, and I want them to take it seriously. Oh, up top! There we go, baby! Alley-oop! Jameson throwing it up for Wang, and there's the jam, and there's the timeout call for Bristol.
And that's exactly what we can see at the All-Star Game. Wang is in the All-Star Game, so hopefully, you said you want the players to take it seriously. We'll see a bit of that.
Let's have a look right now on your big screen. in front of you.
Game of basketball requires a high level of concentration, advanced physical skills, and a deep knowledge of strategy.
It's also an unbeatable fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing beats unbeatable basketball.
Get it, boys.
Nothing beats high-flying dunks. Nothing beats three-pointer from deep. Wow! Woo. Nice. Nothing beats selecting your favourite players from the north and south. Nothing beats the best basketball entertainment. Watching the UK's best ballers. The sickest skills in the UK. It's the All-Star Game, baby. Unbeatable All-Stars. March 17th, London Copperbox.
Well, we're back to the action. You know where you need to be. Scan the QR code. The voting is now closed, but you scan that QR code and you should be able to get tickets. Now, there's the correct QR code. Here is Abdul Mohammed into the hands of All-Star select Padilla Wang. Wang moves the ball up top to Robinson. Being slowed down a little here. Bristol in his zone. Inside to Mohammed to the right hand for two. And there's plenty of space in the middle of that zone, Azania.
Yeah, they're just slicing it up. But what I do like, they're taking their time on the offense.
Bradley strings it from behind the arc.
Yeah, good answer. They're taking their time and getting a shot right at the last few seconds.
Wang there, attacking along the baseline. Foul will be called on number 9, Kenny Johnson, and that is not good. That's his fourth personal.
That is his fourth personal, so he's going to have to go to the bench. That's the thing about foul trouble. It just gets you out of your rhythm. Really difficult to play and manage those fouls. So that's a big loss.
Robinson. Inside, Jameson, another foul call, this time on Bradley. He's racking up the fouls too. That's his third personal.
And Coach Kapoulis, you can see him on the left-hand side, just then saying, hey, let's just get our hands up. This was the Wang highlight of the game for me.
There's not been many, has there?
No, but still, if you're going to get one, it's from Wang. He's saying, put it up there for me.
Jameson knocks down the first of those. Surrey Scorchers faithful, travelling along.
Just talking about highlight plays. Wang is the only one that can really get up there. Or Ollison, who isn't playing today. Jacobs can...
Jacob, listen, yeah, Jacob's got bounce.
Yeah, he does.
This is the second.
The Flyers fans happy they're doing their job. The sixth man on the court.
Thomas Edwards.
Back into this zone, sorry, that they like.
Thomas Edwards looked like he was going to kick it out to Jacob there. Instead goes for the right-handed underarm scoop. Way off that time. Steele. The pump fake and the relocation from Steele is brilliant. Abdul Mohammed reaching up there, couldn't get the rebound, but they'll fight for possession. Diving on the loose ball, who's gonna get it? It's going everywhere, Jacob will. And a foul is called eventually on Justin Robinson.
Bodies flying everywhere.
Well, it's great to see really, because, you know, loose ball situations.
Mohammed flew in there. If it wasn't for the net, he would have fallen
You must
bad.
have overheard us saying, these guys got to bounce, that guy can jump, and we didn't say his name, so maybe he's trying to think, listen, let me put my name on their lips. But yeah, those loose ball situations.
Important.
You know, being first to loose balls, as a junior, that's instilled in you. Give you every opportunity to win games, sets the right attitude. As a steal comes up for Josh Steele. And now into the hands of Lucas. And just stepping out of bounds, but here Wang. I thought that might have been a travel as he collected the ball. He did a roly-poly, is that what we're going to call it?
Yeah, but good job from Surrey doubling Brad Green. That's the right thing. He's the man of the hour here. Just a little mishap, but yet again, sacrificing the body. Lucas diving on the floor.
Arena getting behind their team. Green inside. He's on board again, Brad Green. Another one, and there it is. How many rebounds is this man gonna get offensively?
Yeah, and they love it, but he screams out and flexes. He knows he should have probably scored that first one, but yet again, sticks with it. Second chance points. 5 from 11 for Flyers.
Wang, has somebody put butter on the ball? I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Steele. Jacob just throws that one up there. Out of control there, Jacob. Here's Wang. Mohammed back out to Wang. Steele. He goes all the way for 2.
Really nice drive from Steele.
Lucas, Thomas Edwards now. And this is a bit scrappy end to end at the moment. Not great for viewing this one.
I think it's going to be a technical, maybe. Coach Kapoulis crossed over his coaching line.
Few words to say.
He's fuming, so we just apologise for some French. And he's just making his call, saying, hey, sometimes you need this from your coach, especially when you're down. Get fired up.
Wow, 47 to 58 the score. We're just going to await the outcome of what this happens. And then we're going to take a break, but let's find out.
Coach Kapoulis is fuming.
Teams will all head to their benches at this moment. Trying to understand. Well, they've just called a timeout, the media break timeout. Well, we'll come back and hopefully we'll find out what's happening. We'll be back with you very shortly. Back to the SGS. Well, there's still some confusion. However, what seemed to appear that had happened is Andreas Kapoulis saw a timeout was called, wasn't quite happy in the manner that the timeout was called for the, you know, after 5 minutes, it is a media break. And there was some change to the clock in the game. We're still not quite clear why he's so frustrated. However, he did give his team a very motivational talk in that break, screaming for stops and urging them on, as he does not want to get swept by the Surrey Scorchers. And that goes out of bounds.
There it is. The turnover that they needed, and he claps on. I think if Steele's that low, it was a good idea to pass to Jameson under the rim, but when you've got that deep with that dribble, just put the ball up on the rim.
Padilla Wang is going to take a quick break in this game. He's got 3 points, 5 assists, 4 steals. A little bit of everything. Jacob tries to look baseline there with a no-look dime to Thomas Edwards. Spills the ball. Turnover for the Flyers. Turnover number 11. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Lawrence from the elbow, tips it out. Josh Steele. He goes to his left hand, misses that. Flyers will get possession.
Get another stop also, so they can keep chipping away at this lead.
Well, he's taking the risk here. Kapoulas, Keedy Johnson, 4 personal. He's on the floor.
Well, if I'm Surrey, I'm putting him in an ISO every single play.
Well, he splits the defenders here. Keedy Johnson to the bucket. And what? Oh, did he make that bucket? No, he did not make that bucket. He'll just go to the free throw line.
Mohamed knew exactly what he was doing. He said, oh, I'm going to try and cause a offensive charge and try and get him on his 5th. Here it is. Look at this. Splits the defense. And just because his body wasn't squared, it's the right call.
Could have been straight out of the game there, Johnson. The angle was right.
He's risking it all, isn't he? He just came in the game.
Well, I just think Kapoulas just wants to get on a run here and get back in touching distance of Surrey. Johnson misses the second. 10-point ball game. Mohamed. Lawrence finding Cooper. Inside to Jameson. Well-worked offense for the Scorchers. Can they get the finish? No, they can't, but they will get the foul and 2 shots for Jameson.
Well executed offense from Surrey. They're having multiple actions, multiple movements. Look at this, the little handoff and then the little screen by Jameson and cut. Yes, he doesn't score, but makes it difficult for Bristol to defend all of those movements.
There's a guy there on the baseline
Yeah.
in the Miami jersey. Sat between 2 people with Bristol Flyers jerseys. And as that foul was called, he was given a great round of applause. And if that is, you know, don't want to assume too much, but that if that is his partner and his partner parent, I feel like he's in a tough situation right now. After clapping that one up.
There he is in the middle to the right.
Yeah.
Lovely rebound.
Well, he didn't clap the miss from the Scorchers,
No,
so he
he
must be
didn't.
supporting them. Here we go. Landolfi. Johnson inside, floats it up, and that is Surrey's ball. 2:58 remaining here in the third. Scoring percentages haven't been particularly good in this third quarter. Lawrence. three. Back of the rim. Thomas Edwards. To the left hand. Brad Green. Rebound number 13.
He's asking for the foul. They got to keep playing or they'll get a technical. Yes,
there it
will.
is. Kapoulis is absolutely furious. He's almost. Well, I think he's got to be careful here.
He does.
If he keeps going, I think he does want to get chucked out almost, just to make a point. But look, see if we can get a replay of that last rebound from Brad Green. But let's. And the substitution will come in, Levi Bradley here. Green heads to the bench. He's once again clearly frustrated, Andreas Kapoulis. So a free throw now for Quinn Cooper as a result of the technical foul. Right, let's look at this play. Ralph Thomas Edward goes there, and Saquon Jameson clearly wraps his arms around the back of Brad Green there. And obviously, from Coach Kapoulis' angle, that's an almost unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, and that's why he's upset, and he has every reason to be upset.
Oh, added spice to this game inside. Lawrence, beautiful bounce pass. Andrew Lawrence to the reverse.
Yeah, really lovely execution. I'm sorry.
Lucas for three. The foul called.
Points in the paint. Surrey 24. We have a little bit more than 5 points in the paint as Brad Green has 18.
It's a third personal foul on Justin Robinson. Here's another view of the play. Kapoulis, he literally is holding onto him, hugging him, and no call from the officials. Reflected there, end-line ball.
And the thing is, it builds frustration, and then Coach Kapoulis has every right, but then he gets a technical.
Here's Samuels. Stays with Bristol. You know, I always had this feeling when I was a basketball coach that after a few years, I used to get really frustrated coaching junior basketball because, officials there are learning, they're developing, and they make mistakes. But I just got to the point where I realized referees are never going to change their mind. And so sometimes you've just got to let it go. However, in that situation, as Johnson misses that, in that situation, it's almost unforgivable.
Yeah, and it becomes upsetting. But then also they could come together. But this is the thing about, some leagues you do have the replay that you can go and look. Here we don't. And if we could, then we could definitely see that. But at the same time, in different angles, referees miss calls.
That was a clear one for me, but here come the Bristol Flyers. They spill possession once again. Well, it's certainly why they're not the reason why they're losing this game, without a doubt. Here's Jameson, back to basket. Skipped across opposite side. Abdul Mohammed for three, and that's way off. The crowd will describe that one for you.
It's nothing but Bristol air, but an actual good look. You have to shoot it. You're wide open.
Inside, Johnson to the left hand. 1 minute remaining in the third. Wang. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Perfect.
What a pass again. Andrew Lawrence. Making the cuts, though, Andrew Lawrence, to be found.
Yeah, but it's also the perfect pass right into the pocket, into the hands, that he doesn't have to do anything but take his 2 steps to the rim and finish. Wonderful execution. Yet again, Surrey just keeping the lead to 13.
3. Samuels trying to get up there. Jameson has it. Surrey will use the clock here to get their last shot. Oh, what a pass again from Wang to find Mohammed. Not about scoring for Wang tonight. It's all about diming as he puts up another assist for the Surrey Scorchers to force another timeout, 7.5.
And Bristol breaking down in transition defense, not matching up quick enough, not talking, not communicating, and Surrey is just absolutely slicing them up. Multiple times we've seen them wide open going to an easy 2.
Bradley now to beat the buzzer. It's no good for him, and the buzzer will sound. And it's a very frustrating performance from the Bristol Flyers. They trail by 15. The fourth and final quarter is coming up. Make sure you don't go anywhere. (50-65) is the score as the Bristol Flyers trail by 15 points. Padilla Wang.
Perfect.
He's going on a treasure hunt for dimes.
Yes, and why not? He can do it all. But what I like about it, he always has his eyes up, always looking for his teammates.
Well, he's got 7 assists, 5 steals to his name, 3 points.
For me, Bristol have to just adjust. The referees aren't going to change. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't get upset.
Oh, and Ebekwelu there going to work with Cam Gooden. Surrey Scorchers are deep, and you can see the depth is having huge impact on this game. 26 points off the bench, make that 28 for the Scorchers. Samuels looks down low to Thomas Edwards. Samuels for 3.
Very good answer. Needed that. Hasn't played much this game.
Ebekwelu again tries to get the reverse going this time. Staying with the Flyers. 11 seconds on the shot clock, so not a kickball violation. Lucas. Left hand, no good. Wang. Pushing the pace. Foul called on the floor here. Levi Bradley called for the foul. That is his 4th personal foul, Bradley. Brad Green checking in now.
And I just think emotions have overtaken and really been a wave for Bristol. There it is, all the foul problems. And it's a 14-point game. It's not, you know, 2 out of hit, but I just think they're just emotionally spent and really gonna have to dig deep this 8 minutes, 38 seconds.
Guelu makes the 2nd. Wow, okay, so free throw won't count. We're seeing the reaction there, but what we really need is the replay on that. They might have stepped over the line. Now, Flyers receive possession.
It's 2-1-2 for Surrey.
Just fingertips on it. Bristol ball.
When he catches out the free throw line, he needs to look at the bucket.
Foul is called. 2 shots to come for Green. So yeah, confirmation on that one is because his foot was over the line on the free throw. Here it is. Shoots the ball in there, that left foot over the line. You can't move from that line until Wednesday. She says assuringly.
They're just all over it. Maybe. Okay.
Green, another 2 points to his name. That will take him to 20 points personal. Gooden. Oh, nice handles here from Gooden. Loses Samuel Count. Gooden going to work.
Yeah, good decision by Gooden. Lost his defense, like you said.
Ralph Thomas Edwards blocked away by Mohammed. Surrey ball. Subs checking in. Bailey Robinson into the game.
This is where the let's talk about the double-double first. The double-double machine. Brad Green, E for efficiency. You've got to give him that. But this is where Surrey is really hurting Bristol. They've got numbers of their bench. They're coming in, they're not dropping off their energy. Execution is still high.
And goes to the right hand, tries to get it to go over Green, and almost an interception. Referees need to decide which way it goes here. They can't make a decision, so they'll go to the possession arrow, which points in the direction of the Bristol Flyers on that one. So that's also something you need to know if you're new to the sport of basketball or FIBA rules. If a referee can't decide and there's no video replay, of course, what the decision is, it'll actually go to the possession arrow to determine.
Mm-hmm.
Substitution now, Jacob into the game. He has been incredibly silent. 7 points, 6 rebounds. Seems like an okay stat line, but in 23 minutes of action, and the fact that your team needs you to score the ball, not good enough from Jacob tonight.
Yeah, 25% from the floor, 3 from 12. Had to step up big and help Brad Green.
Bradley. 3! Slowly but surely, Bristol chipping away.
They have enough time. Do they have it in them to really give this one last push? 7 minutes is a long time.
Mukwelu. Three. It's good. Mukwelu from downtown.
Why not? Join the three-point party.
And you know what? That's Surrey's first three for a very long time. Oh my goodness. Jacob there laying it in. A better pass would have been a highlight play.
Good execution, brought all the defense up. So wide open going to the rim.
Robinson. Behind the back dribble with a little bit too much power. This time, skips it across to Bailey. Reaches over to his left and slips through his hands.
Catch the ball, it's the most important thing.
Does help.
Yeah, but I find some people who don't catch the ball because they're ready to score or ready to do something else. Catch the ball, take your turn.
Lucas. 2 feet in the paint, right hand for two.
Okay.
Well, Bristol Flyers close the gap back down to 10. Wang. Almost loses it, Wang. Robinson. Down low to Jameson, one-on-one with Green. Bounces it off his own foot. Robinson. Offensive foul is called this time. Personal foul number 4 for Robinson.
Bristol get the stop that they needed. I told you they have enough. And Robinson goes to 4. Let's have a look at this. It's a kick ball. And just that shrug off and push. And they get the turnover. 10-point game. Just chip it away. Maybe get this to an 8 or a 7-point game. It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
And it just puts the pressure on Surrey.
Green. Short corner shot. Offensive rebound once again for Bristol. Jacob really needs that. Rebound for Bailey. Lawrence. Wang wide open for the triple. Not been in the greatest scoring form today, Padilla Wang. Foul called on Brad Green, and Surrey will get it back. Referee saying that he used an elbow there.
Him and Jameson are going at it though. Down on both sides. Let's have a look. Gets him by the neck and just maybe chicken wings him a little bit too much, but I think it's more because it's aimed at the face. And you know, if that was just at the body, they wouldn't have called that.
Robinson. Clock is winding down here. 2 seconds on it. Lawrence throws it up. Flyers with the rebound on the charge. Lucas gonna go all the way, and Saquon Jameson had him right in his eye line. Once that ball went up, swatted him like a fly.
Yep. And he timed that one so perfectly.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Surrey defending the paint. Saquon Jameson. And this block leading to the out of bounds. Watch out, Lucas. Not tonight. Not with those shoes. You ain't getting in my club.
Yeah. Knew exactly what he wanted. And I love the energy and the answer. 6 blocks for Surrey.
Flyers looking for a score, and they'll get one. Levi Bradley.
Really nice.
Lawrence. And stolen away, Johnson. Finishing up, Jacob.
Bristol
finishes the play for 2.
Pressure starts to create cracks.
Lawrence. Wang rising off the down screen on the left-hand side. Into the hands of Lawrence. Ball screen. And that's a shot clock violation. Why didn't Wang swing the ball there?
He's going to lose his absolute mind. Remember, the biggest lead was 17 points. And they've actually started to freak out, but 8-0 run there, last 3 minutes and 1 second. I told you to hear there's enough time.
Enough time indeed.
Look at Coach Gunners.
He's quite calm and composed actually at this moment in time.
Inside, I know he's freaking out. Can they score, make it a 10 or 11-0 run?
Jacob finding Green, skips it across. Wide open, Bradley 3. Jameson comes up with the rebound.
Good job. I told you those two are battling down low. Both rebounding machines.
Gives Jameson his 10th rebound of the game. Good and inside. Brad Green adds another rebound to his talent. In fact, it's rebound number 15. Baseline cut for Jacob, and he cannot get the dunk. And the Surrey Scorchers players head over to the referee. He quite simply got rim checked on that play.
And they're calling it on Justin Robertson. Let's have a look. Great back door.
Yeah,
and
his
just
hand
that
was just
push.
on his hip
yeah,
as well.
Just that last dangerous push. If he had just let him go.
Substitution, because Justin Robinson is now out of the game. His 5th and final foul. Jacob on the free throw line. Can they capitalize? Misses the first. Robinson out of this one, yeah.
Fouled out as he shakes his head. He knows he's had solid moments. There's 12 points. Big, huge loss here with 2 minutes 48.
Jacob. He's having a really poor night. 1 for 7 from 3. 5 for 15 from the field and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Somehow 11 points to his name. Gooden inside to his left. Wang slowing things down. They want to use the clock here, Surrey. 5 seconds on it. Wang firing up the 3, no other option, and that is a rebound for Lucas. Here comes Johnson to the bucket, and one play, skipping through the defenders on his way to the bucket.
And a slap in the face as he goes up. It's the right call. Here it is. In transition, little fake, takes his steps and gets hit by Steele. And a timeout's call, and he loves it. He says, da-da-da-da-da, I might have 4 fouls.
4-point ball game. They were up by as many as 17 points, 68-72 to score. 10-0 run now in the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Coach Lloyd Gardner has got to rally the troops here.
I think they're, I don't know, this is what, you know, is difficult about coaching and playing basketball. They've slowed the ball down, Surrey, on the offensive end, really using the shot clock. And you know, we saw a shot clock violation, but then Bristol just sniffing out the plays, turning the ball over, and then out to the races and really putting back the pressure on their necks, really. So they just need to settle in here. It's a 10-0 run. Whatever Coach Gardner is drawing on that board, they've got to execute down to the perfect bucket. They can't afford not to go for a score here.
Well, I will say that the three-point scoring has dried up for the Surrey Scorchers. They're 11 for 31. I thought, or I hope I got this correct, they were 10 or whatever it was at half-time.
Yeah,
and they've only made 1 3 in this half altogether.
Yeah, I think the percentage was 43% at half-time. And you're right, it's definitely dried up. And now it's 35%.
There you go.
There's the fans, they love it. They're cheering on their Bristol Flyers. It's a Saturday night, so they don't have school tomorrow.
Johnson. Three-point play makes it a 3-point game. Here we go. Gooden.
The ball needs to move, sticking too long.
Can Surrey Scorchers maintain this lead? Gooden inside. Nice pass to Jameson. Jameson for the finish for 2.
Jameson waited to see where the defense was. Had to finish that one.
Bradley. Drive into the bucket, left hand for 2, no good, in the hands of Padilla Wang. Padilla Wang, bounce pass to Jameson, that's a beautiful move, and one play now on the other side of the floor. Padilla Wang doesn't need to score. He's dishing out dimes for fun, 8 assists, 5 steals, 3 points, helping his team win this ball game.
Yeah, and Wang knew the whole time, look, eyes on the back of his head. Knew exactly where Jameson was going to be, and the screen for Jameson. He knows that's huge. He's got to lock in here and score this free throw.
Double-double secured for Saquon Jameson as well in this game now. He's got 12 points, 12 rebounds. In the battle of the bigs between him and Green. Jameson will complete the 3-point play. And a timeout called by the Bristol Flyers now, 69-77 the score. They had their run. The Surrey Scorchers ended it. We've seen them so many times this season crumble in those kind of moments. But now they've gained enough experience and they have enough cohesion as a team to bounce back, Azania.
They do, and 13 points, 12 rebounds from Jameson has been solid, especially with Robertson fouling out, your vet point guard. They've really had to go to Wang, and for me, Wang has done it in the assists stat line. You know, him looking for his teammates constantly and passing dime after dime, perfect. And but Bristol's made a good push. 1 minute 20. They've got to make sure they get a score and turn around and potentially either do a full court press, try and trap, get the ball out of Surrey's hands again, and get.
Well, let's take a look at a little bit of a head-to-head between Brad Green and Jameson. As we mentioned, it would be a pivotal matchup in this game. Brad Green big on the points. He's had to be tonight, 20 points personal. Jameson has got 13 after making that 3-point play, and both double-doubles, Azania.
Yeah, and both of these guys sit 1 Jameson and 2 in regular season of the stats of rebounding on the defenses at end. So these guys, they're just so solid. You know what you're going to get from them, and they do it night after night, and it's been a really good battle between those two. I was very excited at the top of the show that they both had to go at it.
Well, a sneaky stat line also for you. Abdul Mohammed is relatively quiet in this game. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 4 blocks for the Surrey Scorchers. We mentioned earlier on, as you can just see Jacob there, he must be wondering what he's got to do. He even had a wide open dunk after the whistle blew and rim checked it. Here's Wang.
Yeah, they can't afford that turnover. That is not what Coach Gardner wanted.
Lawrence.
Excuse me. Turnover.
Steal. Jacob. Chase it down. Here is Lucas to the right hand. Much needed points, 55 seconds on it. 6-point game now. Surrey need to use the clock. Hopefully finish with a bucket. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what they find here. Well, they find a 3 from Mohammed. And they'll keep the ball on the baseline, and a fresh 14 seconds for him.
And that is Jameson again, sticking with it. He doesn't get the rebound, but he just gets his hands and tips it off of Bristol's hands. Good job not giving up on that, and it'll give Surrey another possession and really them to run out the clock. And it's their friend right now.
Lawrence using the screen from Jameson. He rolls, and Jameson slams it home, and surely that jam will do it. It's the icing on the cake for the Surrey Scorchers. The final 15 seconds on the clock. Skip to the corner. Jacob, anything but consolation points, really, even if it's a triple.
And they foul Lawrence, who will walk the length of the floor. Wow, Jameson. Huge. Can I say how great he's been?
No, let's add some anticipation to it. No,
sorry.
I'm joking. Of course you can say how great he's been as the timeout's being called here.
Here it is. Look, the pick, the roll, behind, wide, and exactly because Lawrence had nowhere really to go.
Yeah, and he stayed quite tight to him on the roll. It was almost like he was either going to hand it off to him, but Jameson didn't stop to think, right, I'm in your way. He kept going to the basket, and it gave the opportunity then for Lawrence to give him that ball and give him his 15th point of the game. You've got to talk about assists. 25 assists for the Surrey Scorchers compared to 16 assists for the Bristol Flyers. Bristol Flyers are last in the league for assists as a team overall, and that will tell you a lot about their style of play at times.
Yeah, it is, and you know they are a one-on-one type of team, Bristol. But for me, it's 9.4 seconds. They've got to make sure that they don't make any mistakes here, foul anyone shooting a 3, or just really make sure they lock in and finish and get over this line.
9.4 seconds on it. Free throw line shots here. That was a big 3 from Jacob.
Shooting, but it's a sideline.
Yeah, apologies, not free throws. I thought they were in team foul trouble. Sideline here. Foul called.
Very smart to get a good free throw shooter in Cooper. So
2 shots to come now for Cooper. Substitution checking in.
he will go to the line.
Oh, was that foul called on Keedy Johnson? I think it was, and that is him fouled out of the game
game for him. It's so difficult to play when you get in foul trouble and get out of rhythm, and kind of, you know, he was playing from behind. They put him back in the game, but he's fouled out. Cooper misses the second.
A very rare miss for Cooper, nonetheless. And the clock will wind down here as Ralph Thomas-Edwards passes the ball to Jacob. The shot clock, or should I say the buzzer will sound, and that is it. Surrey Scorchers with the sweep. They burn the Bristol Flyers this season 4-0. And a wonderful performance from this team here, the Surrey Scorchers. Z, tell us your player of the game.
Well, they did really well to hold on. I'm going to give it to Jameson. Was incredible. 15 points, a double-double. There he is. 15 points, 12 huge rebounds, and some real big-time plays going down to the wire.
Well, the Surrey Scorchers have only 4-0 clean sweep opponents in league campaign 5 times against Cheshire, Milton Keynes, London United and Worcester in 2006 and 7, and also Plymouth this season. Dan Routledge approved stat for you there.
Yep, Dan Routledge stamp of approval, and these are Jameson's, and really just brought the energy. But look here, this is a textbook pick and roll, good solid pick, kept rolling and jammed it and just put the cherry on top. Well done, Surrey, because Bristol had one more push for them, and usually they could have fallen apart, but they stick together and get the dub.
Well, Surrey Scorchers will now move into 7th position in the British Basketball League standings. But let's have a look at the stats at the end of the game. There they are for you. What do you see there, Z?
Well, for me, it was the turnovers. They're even, but also the rebounding game. Bristol won that 53-43, and then also the shooting for Bristol, 7 from 21. But also the assists, 25. We spoke about that earlier, to 16 to Bristol. 25 assists. Those were beautiful. Those were some of Wang's, Lawrence Robinson just putting it on the plate for their team. It was incredible to watch.
Well, let's take a look at the fixtures and results then so far in this weekend. 2 more games to go, but 97-60 live on Sky Sports. Sheffield Sharks, absolute domination over the Plymouth City Patriots. The Manchester Giants lost at home against the Caledonia Gladiators. Riders in a thriller against the Cheshire Phoenix come out on top. Bristol Flyers swept by the Surrey Scorchers 74-80. Tomorrow, London Lions take on the Leicester Riders, the league champions, ready to get back into action as the league champions. And the Cheshire Phoenix, can they get back to winning ways after losing their 10-0 winning streak since winning the trophy? Well, here you go. Here is the standings, and you can see how tight it is in the table, in the mix, Z.
Yeah, like we said, I think this was a huge win for Surrey. And for me, when you see them, their transition and how they've evolved through the season, earlier on in the season, we've seen them break down and not win these games. For them to withstand the kind of last push of Bristol and get over the line, I'm really happy for Surrey. Especially, you want to play your best basketball coming in and trying to hold these slots in the table into the playoffs.
And for the Bristol Flyers, who would have seen them in this position at the beginning of the season? A lot of people would have had them in the top 4.
Yeah, I think not having Ollison tonight, just having that another scorer. They had foul trouble. They were struggling. Really took them a while to get going. But good job for them making a push. But they didn't have enough in the tank.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here live on Fubo, the British Basketball League YouTube channel, Twitch and TikTok. My name's been Ty Hadja alongside Azania Stewart. Surrey Scorchers, sweep, sweep.